We better hurry, Zach. I have a bad feeling about this. Becky's house is by the lake.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Let's Play. We're now in Chapter 10, and we just got some bad news. It looks like there's some trouble involving the Raincoat Killer over at Becky's mansion, which is definitely not good. We gotta get over there fast. It's a good thing I'm now in possession of the fastest car in the game, eh? This video is actually going to be rather short, since it is an Otherworld-centric chapter, and the game will not let us put off the main mission this time since, you know, Becky's life is kind of on the line here. We do have a time limit. We must reach Becky's within an hour and a half of in-game time, which is plenty of time if you ask me. Her home is just down the road after all. I would actually say getting Sigourney's pot home before it cooled is a more stressful drive, since in those side missions we only have mere minutes to make it to her house before the time limit expires. If York fails to get there before the time limit, there's going to be consequences, which I will show in a few minutes. You know, it's often joked about how this game's use of background music can give players tonal whiplash when it goes from sad to jokey jokes within seconds of the same scene thanks to a bizarre music shift, but even I gotta admit that there are moments where the game does use the soundtrack quite well, and it's able to nail the appropriate feeling of a scene. The drive over to Becky's is definitely one of those moments. The music used really gives the feeling that, hey guys, shit's getting real now and there are lives on the line. Get moving! Especially since this track is only used sparingly in dire situations throughout the game. What do you guys think?
Oh, Becky.
I'm sorry. That's all he would say since I got here. Quint, tell me, what did you see in there?
Damn.
Did you see the Raincoat Killer?
Damn. Huh? Becky.
Thomas, did you see Nick here?
Oh, Becky.
No. When I got here, he was already like this. Emily should be here soon. Call George and tell him to get over here. And wait out here. I'm going inside. Once they both get here, follow George's orders, okay?
Yes. But Agent York, isn't it dangerous to go in there alone?
Don't worry. Zach is with me. Zach, let me smoke one first. I need to clear my head so I can take everything in.
So like I said earlier, the game gives you quite a bit of time to make it to Becky's, but if you somehow get super lost on your way and fail to make it on time, this is what happens.
I see you.
Zach, looks like we were too late. Becky and Emily. I'm worried about her. Emily. Do you think she'll be okay, Zach?
York meets a sudden and grisly end at the hands of the Raincoat Killer. This isn't actually the only instant death you can get in the game. There's another time in a later chapter that if you miss the time limit, you'll die too.
Zach, they're here too. I had a nasty feeling about this. Let's hope it's not a big welcoming party.
Oh great, now how is our backup gonna get in here? Thanks a lot, Red Vines. Okay, this is Becky's house, and we can't leave. It's too foggy outside the window to make out anything. Seems to be raining though. It seems to be raining. York, we just came in from a downpour. Is your short-term memory that crappy? Oh, Becky's foyer looks a lot. Whoa! Okay, York, here's your chance. Let's shoot him in the head and end it all right now, or you can just stand there and watch him go through a door. That works too. Okay, as I was saying before, being rudely interrupted, the foyer looks a lot bigger than our previous visits to Becky's. There's a lot more couches and coffee tables that York can't hop over, apparently. Furniture worthy of the premises. Thought these only existed in cartoons. What? It doesn't look that special to me, York. Yep, can't hop over that table still. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Whoa! We got warped to the back of the house. This is Becky's room.
Zach, that's a strange coincidence. Look. Red velvet. Just like the place where Anna was murdered.
Is it really a strange coincidence? I mean, Anna was killed by someone pretending to be the Raincoat Killer, and you just saw the killer in the foyer?
Too much noise. We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
Alright, we need 3 clues to complete the level. Red velvet. We found some at the site of Anna's murder too, remember, Zach? It's been a few months, but yes, I do remember. Looks like she rarely left this room. She used to take her meals here even. That is a lot of tea. And it looks kind of weird. It looks really red. Is it really tea? Becky's bed. The crime scene must be preserved. No napping for us here, Zach. Well, I would hope not. That would be a weird scene for George and Emily to come into. York taking a nap on Becky's bed. It's locked. Well, I guess this means we have to go through that door to the right there. Wait, I'm trying to see what's in those framed photos, but the camera isn't cooperating. I wanted to know why they were turned around like that. Oh yikes, her TV's been smashed up too. That sucks. No doubt this door leads to the haunted house. Wouldn't you say we're already in the haunted house, though? Oh, goody.
Nice shot. Bullseye. This. Yes, nice shot.
You guys hear that? It's a music box. Sounds like the song that Carol sings in the Galaxy of Terror. You know, it's kind of admirable how York never seems to lose his cool in these otherworldly sections. Swear he mentioned in a 2011 Destructoid Q&A that it's all due to York's confidence. that he isn't fazed by all this weird shit.
Great.
I'm obviously paraphrasing here, but essentially, York believes that everything happens to him is happening for a specific reason and purpose, that whatever he encounters is part of a path he's meant to go down, and whatever he does is what is expected of him. So it's this knowledge that allows him to not freak out over things like random evil spirits, I guess? Yeah, as you can see by this blocked hallway, the level is pretty linear. No exploring random rooms of the house for York, though all the other worlds are kinda like this, so no surprise there. So in this room, there's a spot that the enemies will infinitely spawn from. I wouldn't waste your time killing them unless you want to rank up your bonuses or pick up items. I couldn't get by there because that guy spawned in the way.
Great.
Let's try again. Dang it! I swear, I usually don't have this much trouble dodging these guys in this area.
Bullseye.
Alright, let's try it again. Woo! Freedom! There's a red Agent Honor right there, and this seems to be like a dining room slash kitchen. What's she cooking? Nothing. I was hoping for some descriptions, but oh well. Oh, you were a lot closer than I thought.
Amazing.
Well, might as well kill this dude. And that lady. Alright, let's go. You know, I'm kind of indifferent about this particular otherworld. It's not too hard, but again, it's not too interesting either. I think it's just okay. It's short and sweet, and it's really hard for people to get lost in. There really isn't any sort of puzzles. You only really have to run through the level. I mean, in the hospital, we had to find the key cards. In the lumber mill, we had to find items to not only open doors, but also to get the elevator moving. We don't have to find anything like that to move through the level here. And for the most part, there's enough room to move past the enemies if you don't feel like shooting them or rocking them over the head, but I like racking in those bonuses, so I'm killing them. There's a barrel over here. I wonder if there's a blue Agent Honor inside. Nope. Well, at least I didn't blow myself up this time. It's faster to break open those boxes with the wrench, but I'm lazy and don't feel like switching weapons. Well, that sure was a roundabout way to get on the other side of a few couches. Learn how to jump over things, York.
Huh?
I can't really tell what that's of. That just sort of appeared. I really want to know how the killer does that. Are they like a wizard? Well, we got our first clue. Reverse peace sign, the calling card of the killer. The mirror has been smeared with blood, a bloody upside-down peace mark. Do you think it's Becky's blood? I hate to say it, but I think it is.
Amazing. Bullseye. Nice shot. Bullseye. Nice shot.
A frame without a picture. Looks creepy without the picture itself. Really? Doesn't look that creepy to me. I mean, it's just a canvas. The music box sound is coming from inside the cupboard. Should we open it and look inside? Well, I think that's a good idea. I know it's supposed to be ominous and stuff, but I mean, it's just a shadow. It's not that threatening. Oh, excuse me, now there's two shadows. Still not threatening. Kinda sad that, finding that clue means the music box doesn't play anymore. I was really liking that tune. I'm also surprised there isn't another description there. Usually there's another one, like with the mirror. Whoa, we're back in Becky's bedroom. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but there's a lot of warping going on during this level. It was closed 2 minutes ago. I have a bad feeling, Zach. Well, technically it was closed, but it was locked, and that's why we didn't go through it before. Oh. There's the killer. Let's go get him. Wow, he just booked it. Alright, it's time for another round of hide and seek with the Raincoat Killer. So far, York is 1-0. Let's see if the Raincoat Killer can find him this time.
Huh? I see you.
Okay, this round of hide and seek is actually going to take a little while, so while we wait for the Raincoat Killer to give up, here's a little bit of Deadly Premonition trivia. Did you guys know that in the planning stages, the protagonist was going to be a woman? I was pretty shocked myself when I saw it casually mentioned in a couple of Swery's interviews. In a 2013 interview with both Swery and Deadly Premonition producer Tomio Kanazawa, it was revealed that Swery envisioned someone like Jodie Foster in the role, while Tomio wanted someone more like Natalie Portman. Unfortunately, it was objections by Western developers that convinced them to go with a male lead instead. According to Tomio Kanazawa, while he is working for Marvelous Entertainment, the Japanese publisher of Red Sea's Profile, he was also in contact with Marvelous's subsidiary, Rising Star Games. When the idea of a female lead was mentioned to those working at Rising Star Games, the idea was rejected and Tomio was told, no, you should have a man, not a woman. Like, a female-led game was such a horrible idea. Even when Tomio brought up that, Tomb Raider, whose main character is female, was very successful, the team was still very against the idea and convinced him to switch genders. Swery explained in an interview on the official Toy Box Games website that he wasn't opposed to the suggestions from overseas since he plays a lot of non-Japanese games, and I'm guessing since there really wasn't a whole lot of female-led games in the Western market at the time, he might have believed that his game would have a better chance at being played in the West with a male lead. I mean, given the hell to the no Tomio got from the Rising Star Games peeps, it's no surprise that they both backed off from the idea. Though they both agree that in the end it worked out because York became such a unique and interesting character. As much as I love York, I gotta admit I'm a little bummed we didn't get a female agent. It makes me wonder how much this would have changed the character dynamics. Would George have been as hostile? Would this female agent still develop a crush on Emily? It's really interesting to think about how much this game could have changed if York was female instead of male. Hey dude, it's not my fault you suck at this game. York was just under a table and could be seen from where you were standing, so stop the dramatics. Okie dokie. There's actually some pills here to observe.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
Was Becky on sleeping pills, or did the culprit make her take some? What do you think, Zach? Either way, we must end her nightmare as quickly as possible. I actually didn't know there was something to observe in this room until I was reading through that text dump file and I saw this observation. I'm like, oh, where could the pills be? I thought they would be in her room, so I was a little surprised to find them in this room instead. Interesting photographs on the wall there. During Sweary's 2011 Destructoid Q&A, a fan asked what was the inspiration for the game's other games. I'm paraphrasing him a bit, but Sweary credits his own scary experiences as a kid. Like when he stayed in the countryside, he'd often be too scared to go to the bathroom late at night due to the strange and scary thoughts that would cross his mind in the darkness. He says those ideas from childhood are what probably inspired him for the Otherworld sections. Not too much further to go. What was that noise? Where did that come from? That's weird. I didn't mean to pick that up. Oh well. Oh goody, another chase sequence. I really don't like these. I don't like having to run by wiggling the analog stick. Though at least this time with my new computer there's no lagging going on, so I won't be caught as often. Though I don't think the Raincoat Killer's heart's really in it. I mean, there's so many points where he could just take off York's head and he doesn't take it. He just sort of stands there and watches him run away. Oh, and look at that. We made it to the other side of the foyer. Whenever I see these, I have to destroy them all. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to find Blue Agent Honor. Darn, just the one. Oh well. No turning back now. It looks like this is our last clue. A bloodstained camisole has been hung up with a frame around it, likely Becky's. That doesn't look good, guys.
Very bad, Zach. The Raincoat Killer gave Becky a visit. Hold on.
Holy shit, look at her bed. That's a lot of blood.
Can you hear that? Is it rain? No, it's the shower. Zach, the bathroom, quick!
We can wait a few minutes. Let's look around the crime scene. Stealing from a dead girl now? Guess those are some sort of fashion magazines. Look, Zach, she's been definitely attacked here, you think? Living in this huge mansion alone, I feel more pity than envy for her, don't you, Zach? Yeah, I felt pity for her because she was scared and alone. Oh, she doesn't have as many teacups in the normal world. A photo of Becky and someone else. The person next to her has been blotted out as in anger. Really? Which photo are you talking about here? See, I see some flowers, a dog, and that bodybuilder photo from the sheriff department, but I don't really see anything that would fit that description. That's too bad. Looks like he broke through here. Yeah, I agree. A painting of a large tree. The frame looks crooked. Isn't it strange, Zach? This painting is hanging upside down. It doesn't even look like a tree. But the red sparkles tells me I can interact with it, so let's remove it. No mansion would be without its hidden vault. This one is covered with a wood grain pattern. We need a key here, Zach. Really? I don't see... It looks metal to me. I mean, that little center portion looks like it has some wood grain in it. Okay, I think there's one more thing. Let's observe the door. There's blood on the door handle. You can hear the shower in the back. There's no doubt it's here, Zach. That is a lot of blood. Alright, let's go inside. Oh no. Holy shit, she's alive.
Zach, she's still alive.
I know.
Who did this? Who was it, Becky?
Becky! What happened here?
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
We don't have time! She's dying! Thomas, cut that wire. No! We must get her to the hospital immediately.
She's kind of freaking out. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
No, don't! George, stop!
This is taking a really long time. You guys can tackle him at any moment and not stare at him. What? What was that? The curtains just kind of snaked down and wrapped around their neck by themselves? How is that even possible? I'm sorry, I know this is a really dramatic moment and I'm ruining it with my questions. Nice going, George. You should have fucking listened to me.
You got us good this time, Zach.
She must have been terrified, a horrendous ordeal. We were too late to save her. So, Becky's death was pretty gnarly, but did you guys know it was originally going to be a lot more graphic? In an interview over on the official Toy Box game website, Swery said the biggest surprise while working on the game was how often he was asked to take out the more grotesque scenes. He never wanted to hold back and wanted to get the absolute most out of his games, so being asked to censor some scenes was a bit of a shock for him. Even though Japan is quite lenient when it comes to nudity, it pretty much draws a line on showing graphic violence in games. Apparently, at one point, the game was behind schedule, and they were told by the Peggy and Zero rating boards that one of their original scenarios within the game was so over the top that it was considered to be unrateable by the board and would have to be like an 18+ game. To even get a rating, Swery was forced to alter many of the death scenes, which brings me back to Becky here. During the 2011 Destructoid Q&A, Swery recalled how Becky's original death was a lot more vivid and how people were pretty upset over it. Swery originally wanted to show Becky's internal organs come out of her, and then turn into a red tree, which many felt went way too far. It was one of the death scenes cut in favor of getting a proper rating for the game. I don't know, I kinda wanted to see that, guys. Wires all over the place, why go to such lengths? Why would the unsub do this? It has a wooden key holder on it. I think I saw a similar pattern in her room. I guess that's the key for the vault. Though, damn, how did she get that down her throat? That's a big-ass keychain. What a hell indeed. And whose fault was that? Should have listened to me, George. Thomas threw up in here earlier. We don't want to look inside, do we, Zach? Yeah, we do. There's nothing in there. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can observe in here. But that keychain said something on it. What did it say? It looks like Stella. Is that the brand name of the vault, maybe? Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh.
That bad, huh? Okay. We aren't done here yet, Zach. I'm sure we'll find clues in this room. Let's get to work, buddy. Well, I guess it's time to open the vault and see what's inside.
My dear sister, I'm so sorry. I was a fool to fall for a man like him. I don't have the words to apologize to Anna.
I left her there. She was suffering so much, and I just ran away. I know he wanted to kill me too, but I'm not going to let him get away with this. I followed him after he was finished. He carried Anna into the woods. Anna was holding on to that precious locket of his. He couldn't remove it from her hand, even though she was dead. But she let go of it for me, though. It was like she gave it to me. So I brought it home. I might be able to bring Anna's killer down with it. I want you to see it. I know even he wouldn't dare to harm you. He'll catch me, though, if I go into town. I'm trapped in my house. So I've asked Isaac and Isaiah to deliver it. They totally believe that Anna became a goddess. I believe so, too. She looked so beautiful, as though she might smile back at any moment. I have something else to confess to you. I borrowed a pair of your shoes without asking and broke the heel on one of them. I'll send them along with the locket. I'm sure the shoe can be fixed.
If only you named this mysterious guy, we could have closed the case by now. She's uncooperative even in her
So
death.
Becky is Miss Stiletto Heel.
And she gave the locket to the twins.
Must be the special secret Lily told us about, Zach. We'd better go and see her first thing tomorrow. Emily, who might this sister be that Becky was referring to here?
That would be Diane. Didn't you know Diane and Becca were sisters?
I should have known, Zach. We're all family here.
And that should do it. Thanks again for watching. Next up is Chapter 11. We're going to be back in town, so that means a lot more optional conversations. See you again real soon. Bye.